Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakal Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us the truth. The Shabbat, Shalom, and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. And the brother Yahshua one back with the WW3 Daily update. See you out there watching. All right, so I'm going to start right here at Joel 3 and 9, as we do sometimes. Here's what's going on. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. All right? We're watching this take place right now. Okay? Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. A plowshare and a pruning hook are gardening tools. Swords and spears are weapons. So take your gardening tools and make weapons. We're going to war. All right, so we're basically just going to let Johnny Storm here at Don't Speak News. We're going to let him give us the update. And we'll bring out a couple of precepts. All right. War report updates including Iran, Azerbaijan, Russia, Ukraine, and Syria. Now, what he puts right here, because he thinks he knows something about the scriptures, which he doesn't. The red horse of Revelation 6 is riding hard now. Well, who would that be? Who is the red horse? Vocab. You don't know who the red horse. The red horse is the nation of Edom. Okay? Who came out red all over like a hairy garment? Esau did. Horse means power. Who's running the world right now? Pursuant to Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who is the wicked? The nation of Edom. This guy. You, Johnny. All right. Prayed up and prepped up. Give me some money. All right, so let's watch. Listen, he does bring out some good information, so we'll roll with it.
Hey everybody, Johnny here. Well, we have multiple fronts developing all around the world right now. As the Russians have bombed U.S. forces in Syria, I should say U.S. allied forces, terrorists that were trained by the U.S., and then we have an Iranian Shia sympathizer group that have seized the Azeri embassy in Kensington, UK, and then we have Iranian tanks on the border with Azerbaijan.
Okay, so this qualifies as the Valley of Yahushua. Okay, so let's get that real quick. We'll continue on with John. See, this is where the main part of the War of Armageddon is going to go down. All right. Joel 3 and 2. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Yahushua. Well, but that says Jehoshaphat. Well, God's name is not Jehovah. It's Yahweh. Shaphat means judgment. The Most High's name is not Jehovah. How do we know? Because there's no J in Hebrew. It's Yahweh, not Jehovah. Yahushaphat. God's judgment. All right? And if we click this and go to the NLT, it says, I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Yahushua. Okay? And that's where we said, why? Because he's going to judge them. Put them on trial for what they did to my people, Israel, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and Speckled Bird. All right? See, Johnny can't do this. Number one, because he's an Edomite. Number two, all right, let's get number two. Psalm 147, 19 and 20. Let's see what the Bible says about who's going to understand this Bible and who ain't. Psalm 147 and 19. He showeth his word. Who is he? The Most High Yahweh shows his word unto Jacob. Right? Who is Jacob? His statutes and his judgments unto Israel. What is the word? The Bible. He ain't showing it to nobody else. You're going to say it. He hath not dealt so with any other nation other than Israel. He ain't showing them. He hath not dealt so with any nation. As far as his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. He's only dealing with the nation of Israel. He has done this for no other nation. He's not done this for any other nation. He has not dealt thus with any. Dealt, what do you mean dealt with? Dealt thus. Dealt thus, he declares his word. Okay, let's get that. What does he do with his word? He has revealed his word unto the Israelites, and that's it. Okay? None of the wicked shall understand. Johnny just happens to be a son of the wicked, the Edomites. Okay? And it is what it is. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any other nation. Okay, so you don't know it's our book. That's why we're able to, the seven seals have been loosed and revealed to who? To Jacob. So saith the scriptures. Plain and simple. Anyway, back to, we'll let him break down the reports, the rumors of war.
So let's just get right into it like always. Fronts are multiplying around the planet as there has been a significant deterioration in Iran-Azerbaijan relations. The Azerbaijani embassy in London has been attacked and invaded by pro-Iranian Shiites. The reason is the ongoing repression and pogrom against Iranian clerics in Azerbaijan. At the same time, there are demonstrations against the Aliyev regime in Lankaran in southern Azerbaijan, which is mainly inhabited by Talish, which are aligned with the Shiite cleric, I'm assuming. So, according to local residents, religious terror has begun in Azerbaijan. Across the country, supporters of the Aliyev regime are removing the flags of imams from the mosques and hanging the flags of Azerbaijan and Turkey. So this Aliyev regime they're referring to is the government in charge of Azerbaijan right now. So just to clarify. So the deterioration of relations between Azerbaijan and Iran is recorded not only against the background of the Iranian attack on the Azerbaijani embassy in London, but also because of the attack of the Azerbaijani army on Karabakh. And that's, in the dispute with Armenia. To date, Iran actively supports Armenia and the unrecognized Nagorno-Karabakh Republic and is likely to provide assistance to both states in the event of a real threat from Baku. And in case you weren't aware, guys, they have been clashing already. In fact, Azerbaijan has been warned by the Russians to back off. The Russians are trying to keep peace between Azerbaijan and Armenia. But Azerbaijan has been mounting forces and mounting attacks. And so the peacekeepers are going to get caught in the middle here. So now Russia, what they're doing is releasing the Iranians to do these types of moves like this over in London. And here you see this Iranian allied Shiite group taking over the Azerbaijani embassy there. So it's complicated, but we can get to the bottom of it. So it's very possible that Moscow itself, for reasons you'll read below, have given the green light to Iran to proceed with the Azeris. Now,
when you understand who the Iranians are, as far as their ancient name, they're the Persians. And Russia are the Medes. So you got the Medo-Persian Empire. This goes back into antiquity. Right? And we'll get that real quick on the way out.
I just showed you we have Shiite sympathizers that have occupied the embassy of Azerbaijan in London. In their statement, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Azerbaijan said that a group of people broke into the embassy building in London, carried out vandalism, hung flags of religious symbolism on the balcony, and shouted extremist slogans. So with the intervention of the police, the members of the group were brought in, and no one was injured by the embassy workers. Azerbaijan's foreign ministry issued a statement concerning the seizure, and they said the seizure of the embassy and the threat to the diplomats of Azerbaijan are a flagrant violation of the Vienna Convention. Yes, well, you keep violating ceasefires, so whatever. So the same statement also states that a notification regarding the security of diplomats and diplomatic buildings in accordance with the Vienna Convention has been brought to the attention of the UK authorities. So according to reports, the Iran-backed Shia militia, Sunanin, has claimed responsibility for the attack on the Azerbaijan embassy in London. So here's some more video. Nothing too serious, just they took over, shouted, replaced flags, and did some graffiti. So now at the extremes, Iran and Azerbaijan have with the blessings of Moscow, because Azerbaijan is giving Ukraine a bunch of weapons. So Moscow is probably giving the green light to Iran to go to war with Azerbaijan if necessary. So here we have MiG-29s that have been given to Ukraine by Azerbaijan, and also 82 millimeter mortars, guided bombs, and then free gas in all emergency vehicles in Ukraine. And they also, Azerbaijan reportedly delivered these guided bombs, 32 of them, to Ukraine. It is a joint production of Azerbaijan and Turkey with a maximum strike range of 12 kilometers. And so these bombs will be installed on these Ukrainian Su-25 aircraft. At the same time, the Russians discovered that Azerbaijan sent hundreds of tons of weapons and ammunition to Ukraine through a country allied with Moscow, which was Sudan. As part of the investigation, the Russians managed to discover Azerbaijan was actively arming Ukraine with various types of weapons and ammunition. It's become known since the end of March, Azerbaijan sent 15 aircraft with weapons and ammunition to Ukraine.
So what's going on over in Eastern Europe, right, is an ancient fight, an ancient war going back to the Khazarians. And they were fighting amongst each other back then. That fight is still going on. If you care to look into Khazaria and that ancient war, the Turco-Edomites, right, bringing in Turkey, right? That's what that war is about, all right? Who are the Sudanese today? The Sudan, in the Sudan, you have the original Egyptians, okay? Where's Sudan and what they call Africa? That's the land of Ham. So the Hamites, right? Egypt is where? On the continent of Africa. So the people that are there now, right, are Arabs, the sons of Ishmael, okay? Who pushed out the original Egyptians? The Edomites did, under the Ptolemies, all right? Coming from Alexander the Great. Why was there is it a country or a town? There's a town, a city, the city of Alexandria. Whose name is on Alexandria? Was it in Egypt? The Great Library of Timbuktu, Alexandria. Well, who invaded and put their name on there? Alexander the Greek. Okay? That's when Egypt became white, if you will. Well, who was there first? The people, they pushed the original Egyptians down into the Sudan. Okay? Before the Edomites that are in Russia took that land, who was there? The sons of Japheth. Okay? Same thing that's going on right now. What right here in what they call the United States of America. Who was here before the Edomites came and started exterminating the natives? Well, the natives were here. Okay? Over in what they call Israel, right? Which was the land of Canaan before God gave us the land. And then he took it from us. Now you got people over there calling themselves Israelis, and they're actually Edomites. This is what they do. They come in, push people out of their land, and claim that name. Okay? Anyway, where was I going with this? What you see right here. Let's get that. Show this. Let's watch this again.
London. So here's some more video.
This is in England.
Nothing too serious, just they took over, shouted, replaced flags, and did some graffiti. So now at the extremes, Iran and Azerbaijan.
Okay, so let's get that real quick. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 15, right? And then we'll go ahead and end it on that. 2nd Ezra 15. And what? They shall not regard. Where is it? Start at 14. 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another with swords in their hands. We're watching that. All these wars coming together. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. That's what this is right here. Okay? So we're watching these things come to pass. All right? And they're going to continue. Right? It's just going to get worse and worse. There is going to be no peace. Right? World War III will be declared in the very near future. All right? They haven't declared it yet, but as you can see, right? Things are heating up and spiraling out of control. They shall not regard their kings. Nobody can tell these people what to do. What are you doing in England doing this shit? Okay? Hey, the red horse is out of control. All right? So anyway, good enough for today. What's today? Thursday. We've got one more tomorrow. With that, we hope that the elect will edify you, brothers and few sisters. All right, with that, we're going to say Shabbat Shalom.